Talking Luther College men's soccer with head coach Chris Garcia-Prats. And coach, a very successful trip down to Texas to start the year, I guess, results-wise, play-wise, everything like that. Probably couldn't have asked for a heck of a lot of more out of the opening weekend.
Yeah, I don't know if we could have, Darren. I mean, to go down to San Antonio, Texas, and to play two quality programs like we did, score 3, and not concede a goal in Texas is pretty impressive. The game against Trinity, and then obviously followed by a good result against Southwestern. Both teams will, win a lot of games this year, and so to come back 2-0 is pretty impressive, Darren.
And I'd imagine it was just a cool thing for not only yourself, but all the guys from Texas on the roster to not only go down there and play, but to go down there and have success.
Yeah, I mean, I think a little bit of a homecoming for a lot of guys. We've got 3 kids from San Antonio that were there, and all their families were there out to support them. James is from Houston, and a lot of his family was there, which is also my family. So just a wonderful opportunity to kind of go down there and play in front of your families, play on a field that they're actually pretty familiar with, and to come back 2-0 again was quite an achievement.
And talk about your approach after that opening weekend. How do you recognize the achievement and the accomplishment of beating 2 quality teams, but at the same time realizing that's 2 early season wins, and those wins aren't going to get you those wins you want in October and November?
Yeah, I mean, we met yesterday. They did a little bit of a recovery lift yesterday afternoon, so we got the whole group together and kind of talked about it's done, it's over. Great job, good start, but we've taken an approach as a program to never be satisfied, to always be hungry, and so all of our thoughts go to this week in training, which is in preparation for Augsburg on Saturday. And
of course, adjustment this week. You had your preseason camp. A lot of work, all the focus on soccer here for a couple of weeks, but now classes start this week, and more things going on in the players' lives than just soccer, and I imagine it's a little bit of an adjustment just for everybody this first week of classes.
I mean, it sounds like you're in our meeting yesterday, Darren, because it's exactly what we talked about. Just the amount of distractions that kind of start to arise with, all the students are back. Classes start tomorrow. First years even had their first Paideia class yesterday morning, and so we talked about, the challenges that presents, socially and academically, and just in terms of time management. And so we talked about the importance of kind of managing, those distractions. And probably this afternoon we'll kind of have to talk about that again as we prepare for Augsburg. But there's challenges but it's challenges that every student athlete across the country has to deal with, and we want to be those student athletes that can handle it.
And a couple of quality teams from the MIAC coming to town this weekend with Augsburg on Saturday, and St. John's coming to town on Sunday. Talk about your approach to the weekend, and talk about those opponents in particular.
Yeah, Augsburg is a terrific program. Greg Holker's a good friend of mine, and he's done some outstanding things with that program, taking them really, from kind of middle of the table to top team in the MIAC a couple years ago, and so they'll be ready. They'll be ready for us, and they'll be well prepared to play us. And so they, I think, went 1-0 on the weekend against Iowa Conference opponents. So they'll be ready. I'm looking forward to kind of that challenge. And then the Johnnies went 2-0 on the weekend. I think John Hawes has put together kind of a great recruiting class, looks like, and they're going to be a handful. A lot of upperclassmen in that group, and I think they really feel like this is their year to make a big splash in the MIAC and in the region.
All right, Coach, great start to the year, but bigger and better things to come, we hope. We wish you best of luck this weekend against a couple of quality MIAC teams and in the home openers this weekend.
Thanks, Darren.
Chris Garcia-Prats talking Luther College men's soccer.